What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at this 2021 BMW M340i. Huge shout out and thank you to BMW Northlake for providing this car for today's video. They have a huge selection of all the brand new BMWs and are getting a ton of the 2021s in. So let's check out the M340i. And the model that we're looking at today is finished off in mineral gray metallic and has an MSRP at $65,000. Underneath the hood, this features a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder turbocharged engine that cranks out 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. The engine is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission and sends the power to the rear wheels through an electronic limited slip rear differential. And with a curb weight coming in at 3,800 pounds, you can expect to get 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds with 155 mile-an-hour top speed. And then all running off a 15.5 gallon fuel tank, you can expect 23 miles per gallon in the city and 32 out on the highway. The overall length is 185.7 inches with a wheelbase at 112.2. The width is 71.9 with a height at 56.4 inches. The M340i also features ventilated disc brakes in all 4 corners. We have 4-piston brake calipers up front finished off in BMW's blue, and then we get floating brake calipers in the rear. The 2020 M340i has a fantastic design comparing it to the standard BMW 3 Series. This one has a lot of sporty designs to it, a sharp front bumper with a lot of angles to really add to the aggression. We have really large grille openings to allow maximum cooling to the engine. Everything's finished off in gloss black and has a really clean design. We have the traditional kidney-shaped grills up above with a unique mesh design right in the center. And then on the farthest points of the front bumper, there's functional cutouts to allow air to go into the bumper and out around the front tires. And then we have 4 parking sensors up front, and then BMW's laser headlights, which feature LED daytime running lights. And they even have a blue trim piece in them just to add to the aggression and style. The hood also flows very nicely to the grille with your BMW logo, and then 2 really sharp lines on the farthest side to help with the aggression. And you can see another set of body lines just to add to the style of the car, and everything flows together very nicely. And then moving to the side profile, this features a set of 19-inch wheels with a 2-tone design. They're machined silver and gloss black with a split 5-spoke design. The 3 Series has really clean lines on the whole side profile, 1 sharp line going above the door handles, and then a nice rounded design to the door panels themselves. We also get gloss black trim around all of the windows, as well as gloss black for the mirror caps, and they also feature an integrated LED turn signal, and then we have body colored door handles. And then making our way to the rear end, we have the M340i logo on the right side of the trunk with BMW right in the center and your backup camera beneath that. This features LED taillights with smoked out lenses in the upper portion to really help give this a sleek and wide appearance. And then we have 4 parking sensors in the rear bumper, and then a gloss gray lower diffuser with gloss black around the exhaust tips, a nice trunk mounted ducktail spoiler as well, and all of the body lines flow very nicely to tie in the front end all the way to the back. So there's a good look at the exterior styling along with some of the performance specs for the 2021 BMW M340i. I love the design. It's very clean and classy, but also very sporty. So you can see just how nice it looks. We also have a standard 3 Series sitting right here. You can see just how big the difference is between these 2 cars. So now we have the BMW key fob. We can go ahead and check out the interior, keeping the car locked by just pressing the BMW logo. I can go up and just grab the door handles, automatically unlocks. We can get a really good look at this interior. This particular spec has the Konak for Nazca leather interior, has a very good 2-tone design. If we start up with the door panel, you can see the contrast stitching along it and some padding for your armrest. We also get your aluminum release handle with lock, unlock, and all of your memory seating, and then window and mirror controls. We get an aluminum colored trim piece with some ambient lighting, and then part of your Harman Kardon audio system with the 2 speakers, a little bit of storage as well as the trunk release. And then as we make our way inside, we have M340i written out on this aluminum door sill. And then taking a look at these seats, I love all the stitching to them. We have contrast stitching all around the sides and a really cool pattern running its way through these centers. And then on the front of the seat, we have an adjustable leg rest, which is a really cool feature. Then all of your power controls right here, and this button right here will actually even make the bolsters tighten up on you, which is a great feature. Nice bolsters overall, really good stitching pattern running its way all the way to the headrest. Just a really good contrast for the interior. Then we have a black leather wrapped steering wheel with black stitching and the M logo. And then now inside the car with my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster, this is a full LCD display. We have navigation right in the center with your speedometer and fuel over on the left side. Right now we're in comfort mode, as you can see, and we have a % power gauge on the right with your temperature. And then down in the center console, we can change your different driving modes. If I go into sport mode right now, it changes up a little bit. You can see the tach over on the right side, so it changes it up a little bit. Going into the Eco Pro mode, changes it up again with different gauges on the right side, same with comfort, and then back to sport mode. Along the steering wheel, we have stitching in leather for the airbag, as well as a heated steering wheel icon. All of your cruise control settings are over on the left side, which is really easy to use. And then on the right side, we have Bluetooth and audio controls. And then of course, steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. On the left side of the steering wheel, you can actually see some of the ambient lighting up here. And then all of your headlight controls are right here. We have some silver trim around one of the air vents, and then nice stitching along the dash with your heads-up display unit. We have a speaker in the center as well. And then taking a look at the center screen right here, this has a navigation system built into it. You can have other icons on this main screen as well. We can go under communications and see things like that. Go back to home, go under nav and change everything. You can change a lot of the different settings within the car, and everything is touchscreen, of course. You also have a rotary dial right here with a touchpad on the top and different shortcut menus. We can go right into your navigation or your map by just pressing the physical button. Then hitting that home icon, it goes back to this screen. And then using the rotary dial, I can easily swipe over and scroll it to different things within the screen. And if I go ahead and take the shifter with the unlock button, push it all the way forward for reverse. We have your backup camera over on the left side, as well as all of your parking sensors over on the right side. Below the screen, we have some of your other settings. You can tap this icon right here, and it comes up with a lot of the safety settings. We can configure this actually. So we have your forward collision, your lane departure, blind spot monitoring, and things like that. You can also customize it with individual or just have everything right on. And then below that, we have two of your air vents, a nice LCD screen right in the center for your climate controls. We have your fan speed right in the center, which you can easily adjust, and then your dual zone climate control on the left side, and then your different zones. We have more physical buttons all around here, and then below that we have some radio controls, and just swiping your finger on it comes up with all of your different presets, which is really cool. If we go ahead and tap this down, it reveals two different cup holders, as well as a storage pocket for your phone. And this car also has this really cool car key. This is a credit card like car key, so if you actually want to go somewhere where you don't want the key fob, you have that ability once it's activated. And we can go ahead and close this. Really nice matte finish, wood grain feeling trim. Has a really nice design to it. You saw the shifter already, and we have your traction control, parking sensors. You can turn this on and off. All of your different sport modes, as well as your auto hold and electronic park and brake, and then your touchpad right here. Taking a look at the center console now, we have more of the leather and stitching. Opening this up, we have quite a lot of storage space in here with some USBs. And then moving over to the glove box, we can open that up. As you would expect, we have a pretty good amount of space in here, but overall really good interior for the 2021 3 Series. I definitely love all the stitching and contrast, and the M version of course gives you an extra sporty design. Moving up top now, we have LED dome lights that has a really nice design, and then tapping this button once, the sunshade opens up for the sunroof, and you can see just how large it is, and then tapping it again, it'll open right up. And then moving to the rear seats, we can go ahead and open up the door and take a look. The door panel is finished off just like we saw up front. You even get ambient lighting back here. And then same with the rear seats, we have all the nice stitching, very cool design to it. And then I already have the driver's seat set to my height, which is 5'11". So going ahead and hopping inside, this is a mid-size sedan. So not the biggest, but not the smallest. Closing up the door, you have a lot of space in here actually. The armrest is in a really good place. Knee room is pretty good. You got a few inches there, and my feet fit nicely underneath the seat. We also get a cargo net behind the seat. As far as headroom goes, there is a little bit of a bulge in the ceiling, so I have about an inch or two up there. But overall, for a mid-size, it's definitely pretty usable back here. We can also take this center and pull this strap, and now we have a good armrest right in the center. And then tapping this button up, we have two more cup holders that'll pop out. Then closing this is a 3-seater back here, so pretty usable for that. And then just one last look at the overall interior. We also have climate controls back here and some USBs, and of course your air vents. And then now taking a look at the trunk space, you can use the key fob button, of course, the button on the trunk, or the one on the interior. This is a lot of space back here. You can see just how far these walls are pushed over, so you actually have a lot of space comparing it to other vehicles like this size. We also have a little net over here with a cubby, and then very squared off walls just to fit a lot of items. And then these right here, if we go ahead and pull, we can actually push down these seats. And with the seats folded down, they fold nearly flat, just really maximizes the space for the 3 Series. And then coming here, you can just see how everything is laid out. We even still have space down here, and then a really large opening into the trunk. So I like how BMW has maximized space for a 3 Series. So we're now setting off in the M340i. This is a car I really like a lot. I like how it's a normal sedan, but being the M version, it's not quite an M3, but it's not just your typical 3 Series. I like how this one just has a lot of the fun features to it. So we're gonna get up to speed in just a second and kind of see what it's like. We're gonna go ahead and put it into manual and in sport mode, and then tap it again. You can cycle through sport individual, sport, and then sport plus. We'll stay with sport plus, tap the pedal once just to make sure we're in actual manual mode and not just sport automatic. So just feel it out a little bit. This car has quite a lot of power to it. Wow. It effortlessly gets right up to speed. I love that. And being the M version of this, the steering is so tight now in sport mode. Transmission is lightning quick to it. And this car, this is gonna be bought by people who want a nice family sedan to throw the kids in the back, but also want a fun performance sports car. And that's what I love about this type of car. Again, it's not the crazy M3, but it's a really good blend, a really good overall car. Downshift, super good. Now there's not really too much exhaust noise or engine noise or anything like that. We'll do another 3rd gear acceleration. Throttle is very responsive. As soon as you touch the gas, it starts going, and right when you let off the gas, the car like pulls back a little bit. So I like that a lot. We'll go back into just normal comfort mode and back into automatic mode. So it's cool now, there's no tach at all. It just shows you how much power you're using. That's a pretty cool feature. So as far as comfort now, getting myself good in these seats, you have a lot of controls with them to really get the lumbar good. I love how I can tighten up the bolsters if I want. But really good overall, you know, really good visibility, large glass windows, and then looking over my left and right shoulder, you seem to have no blind spots. I think it's an easy car to drive. I love the leather steering wheel, it feels really nice. And then the armrests are in a great place, headrest is really nice as well. So it can be a car, once it's toned all the way down, heck, we'll go to Eco Pro, the car just softens up and it becomes a nice BMW sedan, just a normal luxury car. You know, pretty efficient too, over 30 miles to the gallon, which is pretty impressive for a car that is actually very performance oriented. So then in Eco Pro, we'll get up to speed. Throttle is noticeably slower. Wow. This is a very conservative driving mode. But in this driving mode though, the car feels just normal and comfortable. We'll just keep it into comfort mode, which is just the default and normal mode. And then even on somewhat of a bumpy road right now, the car still feels really comfortable and smooth. It's pretty quiet. We're gonna get out on some better roads in just a second. But overall driving for a poor road, it's still really nice. So then getting up to normal roads, we'll go back into manual and then go into the different sport modes. Sport Plus, we'll put it into actual manual. Engine does have a nice meaty sound to it though. But in this mode, the car really does come alive and has that sports car feeling to it that you're gonna want in a BMW. So if we just go ahead and get up to speed now, 1st gear, get to 2nd. Wow. Yeah, we're right up to speed without even thinking. That's a quick car. And now that we're going up to about 60 miles an hour right now cruising, the stability is super tight. This is a sedan, and yet just taking a turn and just kind of going left and right, you can feel how hunkered down this car feels. I love the blend of a normal family sedan, but then it's a sports car. And of course with modifications, you can actually tune these things up to be faster than an M3 stock. So that's pretty impressive. But overall driving experience, we'll do one more acceleration. Overall driving experience for the M340i, I like it a lot. The 2021 has a lot of really cool designs to it and a lot of great features. Of course, we have all the safety features too that any luxury car is going to have: lane keeping assist, the forward collisioning, the adaptive cruise control, all those kind of things. But I like how you just get such a good blend in this sedan. I love it. And then even when you hit the brakes, you have massive front brakes. They do a good job. They bring this thing to a stop. Transmission's quick. I think I really am impressed with the throttle. It's very responsive. Man, just half throttle. I love how instant everything feels in this car. That is super nice. And then just like a BMW, tone it all the way down now, and we're now back to a luxury car. So a really good car overall. I don't really have any complaints. I think the front end looks amazing, really good styling. It's not overdone. It's not a crazy styled car, but it's just aggressive enough to be, that's something special. So I like that. And then this interior especially, I love this brown color. It just gives it a really good premium feel feeling, but still very sporty. I love how the bolsters are and the stitching in these front seats I really, really like. But I think that's about it for the 2021 BMW M340i. Comment down below, what do you guys think of this car? It's that blend between a normal 3 Series and an M3, so it has a lot to offer. But if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content to come, and then definitely check out Hendrick BMW Northlake. They have a huge selection of all the brand new BMWs, so definitely check them out. But that's it for the video. I will see you guys in the next video.